welcome back to another episode of The Best Show. That was beautiful. I'm so glad we got that. Now remember, this is not called The Best Show just because we think it is.
No, because we do not. As a matter of fact,
no, we
false.
have very low expectations.
They're about down here.
You can't even see.
No, they can't.
Can't see how low it is, but it is quite low. This is our third episode, and as they say, the third one is indeed the charm.
Mm-hmm.
You will find out. You guys have been just raving over this show.
Yes.
The views have just been skyrocketing. I do appreciate the support. We both do, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So let's keep it rolling. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future episodes, and like the video if you enjoyed it.
Yep.
But let's talk about today's sponsor, because none of this would be possible without them. Do you want to?
Yeah, absolutely. The great, not late, because they are not dead. As a matter of fact, they have just been birthed into existence. How long ago?
Like
2 years ago. Freshy still, in my opinion.
Yep.
RompingBroncoRepairs.com. That is RompingBroncoRepairs.com. That's how you spell com.
Interesting. I did not know that before just now. Thank you very much.
Happy to educate.
So, speaking of
passion.
education, what would you say Romping Bronco Repairs, like, where was the origination for that name? Where do you think it stemmed from?
I think it came probably from the top of Mount Olympus.
Okay, so that's great. Moving on. But also check out RompingBroncoRepairs.com for an after the episode recap report. You can see more of the photos that we've taken over the course of the episode, a little bit behind the scenes peek.
Yep.
Some more of our thoughts and a little bit more of our interests and likes.
And photos, because we do those, believe it or not. This is not just cameras. It is also the things we capture with them.
Do. Anyway, so yeah, that is RompingBroncoRepairs.com. Be sure to check it out. Thank you very much again for the sponsorship.
What do we have today?
Today's episode is going to be
Delicious.
Delicious indeed. We have a couple different things that we're going to be covering. First and foremost,
pie.
We bake.
Yeah, that's a thing that happens.
We're bakers.
And that's a thing we do together.
We make...
And it strengthens our bond.
We make art and we bake art.
Absolutely.
We bake
it is
some art.
Straight art. It will transform your taste buds and leave you a different individual after.
Yeah. It's been proven to do that.
Yeah, scientifically.
Actually. Yeah.
Check with the Society of Professors.
Yes. I just did. Got off the line with them right before we started recording, and we can confirm that.
Yep.
I will say, though, people don't really view parties as a competition. People view parties as if they're just like fun.
The wrong people view things that way. But as a matter of fact, every get-together, birthday, holiday, or
family gathering
event that you have,
anytime you meet somebody, it's a competition.
Yeah. You can actually win these, believe it or not, as we won the 4th of July this summer by absolutely demolishing and obliterating our... you can't even call it competition.
There really was.
It
was a slaughtering.
Yeah, it was bad. It was
a slaughtering by baked goods. While we were baking, we were also experimenting with a couple new camera systems, one of which I've not shot with before, and one that you've not shot before. So why don't we cut to that footage, and we will regroup afterwards.
Sweet. Winner.
Big day.
This is a big day. I gotta reach. Give me a rope. Okay.
I know, right?
That's a freaking shotgun. Oh, and then that's your counter.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah, dude, it's nice.
I love this. A little to your left. There you go, you're gonna double camera. Probably should have stuck that back on 30, huh?
Yeah, it's okay. It's probably gonna be a little bit brighter on my face, if anything.
Yeah. I try to silhouette you just because there's not much contrast out here right now at all, dude.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So then what you do is you take this Hierfalten, you fold there.
What fucking direction am I focusing? Oh, okay, there we go. Sorry.
You're good. And then here on some of them, you have to lick. This one
has a little adhesive. Yeah, right on, sweet.
God. But some companies, Kodak, you have to lick, and that shit is gross. It's like the like an envelope kind of deal.
Oh, got you. Tastes like ass.
Pretty much, yeah. But this one has waste, so
right on.
Kind of 6 one, half a dozen the other. But that is it.
Well, I hope you brought a towel and changed your pants after looking at all that pie.
I did not.
Why not?
Because I thought it'd be better to just sit in it.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
I wish this table were bigger.
I'm glad it isn't. So, okay, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm not wrong, so you need to correct me here. I'm wrong about most things, not wrong about this. Okay. This was your first time shooting medium format.
Correct.
And you shot with the Pentax 6.7.
I did. It's right here. Don't know why I thought it was over there. But this bad boy, hefty chonker.
Yes. I'm just curious, like, what did you feel like? Was this a large departure from your Nikon, or did you feel like it was pretty?
No, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's just a big-ass SLR, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So it felt easy to navigate, or at least easy to, I don't want to say make the swap, because it's literally the same type of camera.
Yeah.
It's just...
It's an easy transition.
Bigger.
To medium format.
That's the word I was looking for. But yeah, and I love how satisfying this thing has a clunk to it like no other. Satisfaction is the word that comes to my mind.
Yeah.
I can see that being a factor taking this deep into the field. If you were wanted to take a camera like backpacking, you obviously wouldn't take this.
Yeah.
Or camping or on a longer hike, and wanted to shoot medium format, then I'm sure the Mamiya is lighter.
Yeah, there's a lot of different options, and I feel like that's kind of where I have issues with this camera, and where I've slandered it in the past, much to the chagrin of some viewers watching this now. Hello, I'm sorry. Not terribly sorry, it's just my opinion. I think it's a great camera, I really do. I've got no qualms with it, other than like my personal preferences, and that's just all going to be dependent upon what experience you have. It is pretty hefty, which doesn't bother me too much, but I just think like if I'm bringing that somewhere, the likelihood that I'm bringing other cameras is minimal.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I like to bring a lot of different cameras with me just to kind of mess around with.
Oh, yes, he does.
And also, like, I got to record a video, and I want to make sure that I got like a little 35 millimeter just for some quick pics. And sometimes I like to have the medium formats for some more grander shots. The other issue I have with it, of course, is the 6.7 format itself. It is pretty limiting, and there's only 10 shots. I will say I really like the layout of the shots. I do like 6.6 a lot because it's just square, it's easy.
Yep.
But the 6.7 is nice because it's just like a little bit different. And with the 55 millimeter lens, it's just that extra little kick of really wide with not a whole lot of aberration. So I enjoy that quite a bit. But overall, it's I think it's one of the best cameras to just use if you've not shot with medium format before, because I know, for instance, I could just give it to you without having any experience, and you'd be able to figure it out pretty easily, which is good. Now, moving on to the other camera that I brought, that I shot with most notably, which is, of course, this Minolta Maxxum 7000.
Real winner.
There is a time and a place for this, and that would be in the early 80s, I think. It definitely looks like it has that kind of feel to it, which I'm not going to lie. I kind of like the retro vibe to it a little bit, But in practical settings, it's not my favorite. I also want to point out that this has the data back on it, which is pretty exclusive. Doesn't work, I don't have the battery in it, but it's nice. The other thing that's nice, and this is more from like a repair standpoint, is that it's a detachable back.
Interesting.
So I could put like a different back on it and be good to go. Whereas some of the data backs like have they have a flex circuit ribbon leading from the camera to the back. It's a little harder to replace.
Yeah, I can
but
see that.
For the most part, it's pretty easy. So if the latch ever breaks, which it won't on this because it's metal, thankfully, it's not something to really worry about. Now the camera itself, though, does have a lot of shortcomings. And I've seen this a lot in the system because I've seen a lot of very bad condition minolta maxxums.
Mm-hmm.
Battery grip goes bad.
Nice.
Screen goes
I can
bad.
definitely see that.
The autofocus, this is the very first production autofocus lens mount. There was the MEF, which did have an autofocus lens attachment to it, but it did not work very well. There were other systems as well that like people were experimenting with, but this was the Minolta really put their chips on the table and was like, we want to make an autofocus lens mount. Interestingly enough, this is the A mount, and Sony ended up buying this. This was Sony's first autofocus lens mount was this mount.
Goofy.
Now they since have developed a new lens mount, but for all purposes' sake, if you had like an early 2000s Sony digital camera, you could use a lens like this. So moving on though to the autofocus itself.
That was intentional.
It's not great. It's not the best thing in the world. It's relatively fast in terms of if you're timing with a calendar, it'll have focus before the end of the week. But I will say it doesn't work really well in most situations. Other than that, though, pretty decent camera, no real complaints. You shot with it a little bit. What are your thoughts on it?
It has the same... It's not an issue. I'm sure some people enjoy it, but I am a big fan of advanced levers, so having the auto advance is a little goofy for me because I feel like I shoot too fast with it. I like to take my time with my exposures. So there's that, and then all of the options and buttons and settings on here. I like my spinny dials instead of buttons. So it's not my particular cup of tea, but yeah.
I mean, it'll work is the thing.
Absolutely.
You can
use what works.
Yeah, and if you can find one for a decent price, it's in really good condition, I would say go for it.
I am jealous of the ergonomic grip just because my FM does not.
The grip is very ergonomic.
That is fantastic.
And so they have different battery grips too, because right now that has the AAA in there, but they have a AA, which has a little bit more girth on the side. Ooh. And then they have, I think it's the CR123A or something of that sort. And it sticks out a lot more, so it's even more
like
grippy.
Rounded. Oh, that's awesome.
So you can get like one of those deals.
Big old gorilla up in there.
It's really good. It has a really good feel to it. But I don't really trust the electronics of this time period. And there's really no way that this works without working electronics. And I've seen way too many of these not working for me to like really put my stamp of approval and really recommend it to anybody. So for the first time shooting it, I would say it was good. It was interesting, but I don't think this is something I could live with personally.
I need that.
Yeah, the more mechanical feel is just kind of, I think, the way to go moving forward. But it was a good experience nonetheless, and we got some good pies done. So
absolutely.
I would say job done.
Absolutely, stamp of approval.
Moving on, we have a little interview segment that I conducted earlier this week. This is just going to be a short little snippet. Be sure to check back to the channel in a couple of days. I'll have the full interview posted up there. But for now, just enjoy this little bit.
I know I am.
Oh, it's going to be good. We'll be back in a moment.
I'm Chris. I'm from Taptic Digital. I am the only person in Taptic Digital, so I guess that's just me.
Speaking of your name, where was that from exactly? Because like the Taptic, that's a little deal, a little motor deal, yeah?
So the inside of an iPhone, the vibrate motor is called a Taptic engine instead of a vibrate motor because Apple has special names for all of the stuff inside their phones.
Yeah.
But it was called the Taptic Engine. And one of the first videos that I put up on YouTube, I had done couple little repair video guides here and there, but I put up one taking apart a vibrate motor. It was called like vibrate motors and Taptic engines. How do they work? And it was just showing how it came apart and what goes on inside of them. And that video blew up. It's my most watched. It's like 125,000 views or something ridiculous. It was shot on my cheap little cell phone at the time. But because it took off so much, I was like, okay, I'm going to go with something Taptic is going to be in the name. And then I just went with Taptic Digital because I'm doing digital stuff. Okay, little horror story for you if you got a second.
Oh yeah, of course.
A nice lady came in with a Google Pixel 3a phone. Wasn't turning on. She said it was moisture damaged. She had dropped it in a porta potty and then decided that since it fell in the porta potty, it was done and left it there. She went home about 4 hours later from wherever she was, and her husband said, no way, we still owe money on that phone. So husband and wife drive back out to this porta potty, wherever it may be, with a shovel. Husband proceeds to empty the porta potty's tank on the ground, shovel the phone out of there, which was then very much dyed blue and a little bit of brown, where she then brought it to us to see if we could fix it. Now, because I am the type of person, one of my mottos is I'll try anything twice. So I decided I'm going to give this one a shot. I'm going to wear gloves. Once I opened this phone, the screen came off. I realized it wasn't just on the outside of the phone anymore. And that's when I bagged it up and called her and said, thank you, but no thank you. I don't think I'm going to work on this one. And so I love the fact that I can wear gloves doing my job because they're kind of like a second skin that I can then peel off when I'm done touching disgusting things.
Oh my God.
Oh, people are amazing. People put their phones through the most amazing things. They're on them at all times. So whatever that person goes through, their phone also goes through.
I have okay.
First of all, the consoles, the Xboxes and PlayStations that have cockroaches in them.
Oh yeah, that's
if they have roaches in those, they have roaches everywhere. And fixing your console should not be the priority at that time. It should be resolving the issue of the roaches.
Got a game, bro. Got a game.
You got to get your Fortnites in, guys.
Oh, bro, you know it. It's okay. So first of all, I was like, we're talking, I'm thinking like, what part of this can I like cut for a little like stinger?
Sure. Oh yeah.
And the show, like what little segment would work great? And I think that just answered my question. I think that story has got to be in there.
Well, I was trying to prepare for this interview. I mean, as you can see, I've set up like light panels and crazy shit going on.
Much more than I've done.
But that's my whole thing. I want my videos to be high quality. I'm about the quality. For some reason in my head, that's what I want.
No, that's good.
But I was preparing. I was thinking like, okay, what kind of questions could he ask? Is he going to ask like, what's the worst thing you've worked on, or stuff like that? So I kind of had a few little things ready to go.
Yeah, that is.
No, there's some
daunting
stuff out there, man.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just thinking also like, what kind of mind thinks, oh, I'll just leave that. Like that is not, you did not meet a rational human there. That was not like, no, that was not a sound decision. That was
get that it's in the porta potty, but
no,
it's a very expensive device at the same time.
Yeah. And like, I get not wanting to dig around, but also like okay. Let me trace this back a little bit here. I have used porta potties before, as I feel like most people have. They're out there, unfortunately.
Guilty.
Yeah. Guilty of some shit in a porta potty, literally. But like, my objective every time I go in is try to not breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And then also that leads into the next point of get out as quick as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never in there like, well, time to whip out the phone. Gotta play Angry Birds.
Right.
Gotta text. And like,
right.
It's just like, I guess the PSA would be, don't use does there need to be a sign? Don't use your phone in a porta potty. And then also circling back to the whole bring a shovel and break open the porta. Why would you do that? Like, why would you just on the ground? They cleaned it up afterwards? No. Like, I'm just gonna go off on a limb and say no. They got their stuff and like, oh,
It's
I'm done.
biodegradable.
Yeah, it's also a biohazard. So it's like I don't. I those are the kind of people that I'm just like, stop. Like, just stop. You need help. Like, you need some serious advisory help with how you conduct yourself in the world. Like, there are 7 billion people here. You can't just be breaking shit out on the ground like that. All right, that about wraps it up for that interview. I think what I really enjoy about those is just being able to have a good conversation.
Yes.
We're not in a rush.
No.
Pulling out little like goodies from that conversation is always fun. It's just like little highlights of like, oh, this is just getting to chat with a homie about some stuff that we both like.
Oh, yes.
So, moving on, we went to the woods.
We did go to the woods, and it was fantastic. It was so much stinking fun.
Oh, it was so fun.
We baked a pie.
We do that way too much, maybe. We should
There's
maybe
no
make
such thing as too much.
maybe like bake a salad every now and again.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I made coleslaw that trip.
That was actually good.
Yeah,
Are you gonna make that again?
Yeah,
Like
that recipe's
that needs
going
to be
in the
brought
book.
back. Yeah, it was a good one. Coleslaw though, gassy.
Woo-wee!
Gassy.
Yeah.
Put on the turbo after that.
Yes.
It's roaring up.
Yeah.
But anyway, we had much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun that I forgot to film a lot of it.
Oh.
And somebody didn't film anything.
Because what did that someone leave at home, Alex?
You didn't film anything. What are you talking? What did you leave at home? I filmed some stuff.
You did film some stuff, but why couldn't you film more stuff?
Well, okay, because I forgot batteries. What did you forget? Everything?
I did. I forgot the slack line.
Yep.
I forgot. That's all I really wanted
Underwear,
up there.
yeah.
I brought the monster twug.
You bought the monster. That's what really matters. So we have some video stuff to kick to. Not as much as I would normally like, but I will say there's something about this I want to touch on briefly. It was kind of nice not having to film everything. On one hand, I love filming everything.
Yes.
Like, I'm not going to be that guy that just gives up filming because it's so much fun to do. It's something I really enjoy doing. On the other hand, it's nice to not have to do
awesome.
that. Yeah. Not having cell service for a while was like, oh my God.
Choice.
This is the way
Wonders for my screen time.
oh yeah. What were you were down to like no time
Dude,
at all.
oh yeah.
Yeah. You didn't text me.
And it was all by like Sunday.
Yeah, you didn't text me for like a few days.
Yeah.
I didn't text you because like I don't want to get your screen time up. I was like, oh, I've got this really interesting. I was like, I'll wait. Yeah. I'll save it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was like hugely beneficial.
Yeah.
And it was nice.
Mental reset.
Exactly. Get out
nature
there. Nature
therapy.
Woods, sleep in a
sit
hammock.
in some ice cold water.
Oh yeah. So we're going to kick to some footage of that really quickly, and we will bring it back here to talk about some of the highlights. Which one's a post?
And yeah, at my cabin.
They might be roasting their asses off inside, but you and I got that fucking chill.
Wait till you see this thing go outside. Oh man. Oh man. Let's go, baby.
I've never high centered that sucker before. Switch into low mode. That's full throttle now. I got my fourth mile, bitch. It's just spinning on that rock. Hang on a second.
stops hearing
but
him,
you're trying to bring
and
it
starts
here.
hearing the barking.
And so it ended up being this whole thing.
I brought 2 bags because we ran out during camping.
This is no pirate's booty, you liar.
Bill, other way. Drink. What?
This is
I know. Well, I think it's just because, like, it's just.
Do you wish that...
Yo.
I know you're not a dog.
Big right now.
Guys, just being weird. You was one in the kitchen earlier saying...
I offer you.
Or in the one below.
For you, my friend?
The baby.
Undoggy.
And the baby.
Baby.
Quiet! Says, help me.
Oscar, if you can go. You want to take him for a rip?
These are prescription.
Oh, shit.
So where does this trail lead to then? Let's say it keeps going.
Fuck.
Go, 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 go. Oh, so he doesn't have allergies either.
Yeah, she didn't have.
The light shut off. What is that? What is that? This is my first time using a food processor.
You couldn't tell.
Yeah, you hate me, but you will respect. Wait.
Wait.
Get Dill. Hold up. Hold the phone. Feeling good. Don't move it. Don't move it. Do me like that.
Yeah, you take one like peel off, you fill it with marshmallows and chocolate, you put it back up, wrap it in some foil, and put it out in the embers.
No, it's.
He's not here. Should make me get in.
It's really not that bad though. Like, it's kind of nice.
Yeah. Mind if I join? Is this seat taken?
Get your ass in there. Wait, no, that's our dynamic. I know you by talking too much. You annoy me by not listening enough.
God, that was. I wish we could go back again. Can
Honestly, yeah. Can we please?
Okay.
Yeah. 'Cause I would like to maybe bring batteries, but also just kind of camp out for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I did get some reading done, which was nice. I've been like stuck on this one book for way too long.
Oh, I feel you, dude. Yeah.
It's tough because it's like
It's a good book too.
It's a good
just,
book.
Yeah.
And it's just like I know, okay, I can sit and read, or I can work on this repair, or I've got some stuff I need to edit, or we're hanging out or something.
Busy.
There's always stuff going
Busy
on.
bees.
Just got to cut out some time to read. But nevertheless, let's talk about the trip real quick. Let's talk most notably about the cameras that we brought.
Same old, same old. Can't go wrong.
I said the same thing. That was beautiful.
Boom.
That was beautiful. That's why we're here. That's what we're doing. I brought this. This is Olympus OM2 with the 51.8 lens.
You got some good pictures with that.
The one issue I do have with it, you have to lift up on here to select the ASA that you're shooting at. and then you have to reselect it all the way over to here. And then you
Oh,
can
because
use
it
this
spins
for
it spins
exposure
it while you.
compensation. Yeah. It's real goofy. That's one of my only qualms
stupid.
with the OM2 system, but it's black. It looks really cool.
And it does look good. It is
and it's about the
pleasing.
same size as the ME Super. Like, it's a really small little camera.
I do like me a ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yes, I do like these
Yeah, it's
the bounciness of these the shutter.
Yeah. it's a good little feel. I like it quite a bit. So I'm really happy with how that came out.
Yeah, and there's less dust than
there's probably a lot of dust on that because it's just been sitting out. Yeah.
Good. I expect nothing less from you.
Of course. And then the other thing that I brought with was this. Very, very masculine.
Yep.
Fuji Instax. We're all about masculinity here.
Absolutely.
We are very insecure in our masculinity. So no pink
So,
objects.
This bad boy compensates for all of it.
Damn straight it does. I've talked about my luck with instant film before, or I should say, lack thereof luck with instant film. Not great. Me and instant film are like oil and water. Just don't mix very well. So a buddy of mine was selling a bunch of Instax cameras for like $20 a pop, and
Sweet.
I thought, like, oh, might as well.
Why not?
So got this, and then thought this would be a fun little like trip camera. This would be
Yeah.
great. So for $20, you got 20 exposures of film. Pop it in there, took some photos, and a lot of them that came back were really good. They're just like, it's not good in terms of high quality, but it's good in terms of encapsulating the moment.
They're definitely fun.
It's fun, and I think the fact that it's very affordable to shoot makes it even more fun because you're not second guessing it too much. It's just more of a fun experience. I will say, the one qualm I have with them is similar to the qualm that like a trip video has, where it's only as much fun as it was if you were there. You know, if you weren't on the trip and you're looking at it, it's like oh, I can see that you're laughing and having a good time. It's like, okay, it's like that whole joke.
Had to have been there.
When dudes are like, oh, we could just like start a podcast. It'll just be like us talking. Like, we're so funny.
I am so glad no one has ever said that to me.
Yeah. But you know,
who said that to you?
Oh, so many people.
Oh, that's so funny.
Many people. But it's just it's one of those things where like, yeah, you're funny when you're with each other, but like no one else is going to be picking up on that.
No.
So even like with this show,
like, you enjoy your brand of humor, but do other people?
Exactly. So it's like,
I'm crossing my fingers under here. Let me tell you.
It's just one of those like things where, in that moment, it's a totally different experience.
Yes.
With this camera, it captures a moment more than it does a really high quality image.
Yep.
It'll be like a little snapshot of what's happening, and it's really cool. It's really fun. But I'm not going to be like scanning that and like putting it up in a gallery because it's not very good.
Yep.
It's fun though, and I feel like that's kind of an important thing to keep in mind. There's stuff like the Instax Wide, which has like a little bit more you can see. There's also large format Polaroid film, which they don't produce anymore, but still like the peel apart stuff. Yeah. That's pretty high quality stuff, and you can find it new, which good fucking luck.
Nope.
Oh yeah, do you don't know about One Instant, but that was a company that was going to try and like recreate all this Polaroid film.
Good.
Ask me how they're doing.
Good.
Don't know. Anyway. So I think that's just something to kind of keep in mind. Good little camera, throw it in your back pocket, easy peasy.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely quite mobile.
Oh yeah. Lightweight, plastic. Yeah. $20, so you can't go wrong with that.
That is too much fun.
That is a lot of fun. I do that all the time. I have a broken one of those, and that's all I do.
It's just a fidget. Oh my god, I want a broken one.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I want to fix it, but that's okay. For now, this will be fine. So anyway, let us review some of the photos. We've got some of the stuff that I shot in the OM2. Just a reminder real quick, we have sponsorship spots available. I know that Romping Bronco Repairs kind of has a monopoly on the best show at the moment.
But they don't have to be this.
But that doesn't mean that we're not open to a little side action, you know? If you're looking, we are.
Yeah.
The price is right. Your name could
We can
be
double
here.
dip.
Indeed. Open to it. I'm open to it. So let's start off here. We've got this photo.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I really don't remember what film I shot this on. But I shot it
okay.
on some color film.
And it is beautiful. The color rendition is actually pretty damn accurate, having been there.
Yes, I did. I enjoyed the shot quite a bit. I took this though because I was curious to see what the light meter, what the auto setting would prioritize. And I think it really prioritized the highlights.
Yes.
I don't mind that though, to be completely honest, because I'd rather have like dark shadows rather than blown out highlights, especially because film, you can still pull some data from here. Like you can see
it's not bad at all. It's dark over there, but I can still see everything.
There's some detail, yeah. So whereas this up here is pretty blown out, but you can still kind of see what's going on, which I kind of enjoy. This
That's
next one,
money, dude.
yeah,
that one's so stinking good.
I'm really happy with this one. So I actually shot this. I'm kind of lying to you. I brought another camera because I do like bringing cameras. I actually brought a lot of cameras on this.
You
trip.
did, yeah.
But this was with the Mamiya C330. I had Ilford Delta 100 in here.
I love me some Delta 1.
It's good. And you can see here I've got that nice far side lighting, which I think really looks great on the beard of RJ, our good friend. Look at that sharpness, that detail.
Yeah, it's crisp.
That's the one thing I do love about that C330 is that focus is sharp like a razor. And here we have a shot of HP5 through the OM2. I took this because at the time this log was like really vibrant and white, and I thought it looked kind of cool. It was like reflectively white. It was really bright that day
because it's a dead tree and everything else is green or blue against the sky.
Exactly. So I thought that kind of looked nice, like a little pop. I really enjoy like the silhouetting of the trees up here quite a bit. And again, I think I took this also because I wanted to see where it would prioritize the exposure. And I think,
same thing.
Yeah, same kind of deal, but it has a really good, sharp, contrasted look to it. One of my favorites.
That's so much stinking fun.
One of my favorites.
Good old Dylan.
Oh, yeah. There's a road close sign. We're just kind of running tricks over it, and I don't really plan out shots ever. No. I thought this one would be kind of fun. I thought this would be a kind of cool little thing. So.
And it turned out.
Yeah, Dylan was fortunately kind enough to put his body, health, livelihood on the line.
Yeah, and he's so strong for holding himself up by his left hand for that amount of time.
Yeah, it did take me a while to get into position, but the man is a phenom, to say the least. He's really working on that core strength. This one was an interesting one I wanted to point out briefly because the night previous to this, I was laying in the hammock and I was like, I really wanted to take long exposure shots because that was kind of one of the thoughts we had going on this trip was we're going to do
some astrophotography. Yeah. It's dark. There's very little light pollution where we're at in the national forest.
No light pollution at all. Yeah. So someone had high ASA film. I had low ASA film. We thought, what if we did a contrast between those two to see which one might be better for long exposure stuff. We will be still doing that at some point, but we did not do it on this trip, unfortunately. But also going back to the point of, it was just kind of fun to just be there. Yeah. But I thought still, in my mind, I was like, I kind of want to do it just because I've not taken many long exposure astrophotography shots with black and white film. So I thought I might as well give that a rip. Sweet. Did that in the hammock. Next morning, forgot that I still had camera on bulb. Now, there's a few things to talk about the OM2, and that is that bulb serves as a separate function from the rest of the camera. So, for instance, if you were trying to fire this without batteries, the mirror will go up
and not come down.
Exactly. But you can fire it in bulb manually.
Oh, okay.
And all you have to do is move it over to the B, press the little release button here, and do that.
Wow.
And that will drop the mirror, and then you can fire and stuff like that until you put batteries on.
Right on.
I think I've made a video about that. If I did, I will link it up there. If not, I'll make a video about it and link it up there.
Sweet.
But anyway, so I had it in bulb still, as you can see here. Took a really gnarly exposure, but it's still pretty fun.
I would say that's a happy little accident. I am quite pleased. And
I am too, to be completely honest. I'm very impressed with my ability to kind of hold the camera
still enough to get a sense, like I can tell that there are people there,
like
and this is a
you.
path we are walking down.
And you can see the trees and stuff like that, and this is obviously some
That is fun. It's really artsy. It's almost like impressionist almost.
Yes. But I think for now, that about wraps up what we
Yes.
wanted to talk about today. 3 episodes in the can.
That's crazy.
Good.
Money.
We've got another episode coming out next week, so be sure to tune in right back here for that. It's just easier, I think, if you subscribe to the channel.
Probably,
You won't miss out on it.
If you enjoy it, which you obviously do.
Even if you don't, still subscribe.
Yeah, please. Help some people out.
Help, please. Please. And make sure to pop over to rockandbroncorepairs.com immediately after this episode is done.
Correct.
So you can catch up on our continued thoughts and ramblings from our slowly degrading minds or fastly degrading minds.
And some mine's a race car.
Yeah, it's a race to the finish. No telling who's going to be
Mach 3
first.
over here.
But it's zooming. I can hear his brain cells dying right now as we speak.
Yeah, they are grading. I'm shocked the mics aren't picking it up.
They actually might be. We'll have to review.
It's because my skull is so thick.
So thick. But be sure to jump over to rockandbroncorepairs.com to check out more of the photos we took, some more of our thoughts, all sorts of fun little nuggets that you might miss out if you didn't go there. So check it out. And also shoot me an email. Reach out, say hey.
Yeah.
Or
call us.
Some garbage.
He doesn't have a phone, but you could call us anyway.
Morse code works.
Yep.
But
Carrier pigeon. It would be really cool. Preferred, actually.
They are extinct. We'll have to edit this.
Well, there's no.
Anyway,
living.
Awkward. Somebody didn't come prepared.
No. Well, I actually did. I wrote down some talking points, and then we didn't talk about.
Oh shit.
I'll save it for next.
Perfect.
Don't look at it.
Okay. Next episode, we will be regrouping just to talk about Chase's talking points.
Yes.
That's the whole episode. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it.
I also appreciate it. And
there we go.
Catch us next time.